Good morning, I'm Maggie, and it's great to see so many people here, obviously enthusiastic by the noise that I heard as you arrived. But I'm going to start off with quite a sad little bit of news, because there's somebody who won't be here who's been a long time, there's somebody who won't be here who's been a long time carer, who's certainly rescued hundreds of bats and probably thousands. It's Jan Ragg of the Essex Bat Group, who sadly and unexpectedly died earlier this summer. Many of you will have known her or have been trained by her. And we've also lost two other good bat carers, a Wiltshire carer, Anne Cousins, who I will always remember for our chats. Every year when the first babies came in, she would ring me and say, "Maggie, can I have some milk, please?" And I would put it in the post, and invariably we would have a chat at the same time. We also lost Trudy Segan, who I didn't know personally, but again, it was someone who is a great conservationist, was a great conservationist, and another bat carer for whom bat care was just part of her conservation work, and she will obviously be missed. I'm sure that all three would have been delighted that at last we have a conference, a real conference, just for bat carers. And for that reason, I'd especially like to thank the people from BCT for organising things. Unfortunately, Jess Barker, who's been the BCT Bat Care Network coordinator, as you know, isn't able to be here. I'd have liked to have thanked her publicly, for she's liaised with me right from the beginning in planning this conference. However, I know she's been helped behind the scenes by Helen Miller and Lisa Whirlidge, and if you don't know them yet, you will do shortly, because they're going to be coming round trying to persuade you to buy raffle tickets. The raffle is to raise funds towards the production of the second edition of the Bat Care Guidelines. The prizes are there on the table. I'd also like to welcome David Cooper if he's arrived. Not yet. And Adam Grogan. Adam we've met before, but David, who's leading a workshop this afternoon, is probably going to feel a little bit outnumbered by so many enthusiastic and noisy bat carers, because this is not his normal habitat. In order to cram more into the programme today, we've put more information about all of the speakers and workshop leaders into your conference packs, so please try to glance through them as we go along, though I hope you'll also make time during the day to get to know other bat carers and share your experiences. I think that's what you came for, really. Please note, session 2 will follow directly after this session, and we won't get a break until lunchtime. I hope we've managed to create a reasonably balanced programme. We've got some surprising talents in our midst, not just in bat care. I think you'll find we've covered a cross-section of many of the roles a bat carer plays, from fundraiser to species identifier. We're often much better than the people with the licenses, aren't we? From statistician to naturalist, and I think we can show that bat care isn't just rescuing casualties, but part of the broader bat conservation. I think this conference also reflects the fact that as bat carers, we're getting better informed. We're accumulating knowledge and looking more analytically at how we think things should be done. I like to think that even as volunteers, we're becoming more professional. So let's start the morning by thinking about what we do and how best we can do it. Sarah Goodwin, our first speaker, is an example of a bat carer who's looking analytically at what she's doing with a view to trying to identify which bats of the many with torn wings are the most likely to heal naturally, and if there are any indications from the outset that a bat is never going to heal and fly. This is an initiative that Sarah began several years ago. The RSPCA are now taking this up further, and they're working with Manchester Met University to investigate how much more we can understand about wing tears and wing damage. You may have already contributed samples or photographs for that research. Sarah's initiative may well contribute to much better understanding of why bats fail, and will all, bats and bat carers, benefit from the outcome. This is how we become more professional. So let's hear what Sarah has to say.